What's up, guys? I'm here in Edwardsville, Illinois. Got here earlier and I'm stuck here pretty much the rest of the day and all day tomorrow. You know, sometimes you get stuck doing your restart out on the road, and you know that sucks. But the good thing is, you know, there's a gym right down the street, and I got plenty of time to make some videos for you guys, share a little bit of information with you. So, you know, like I said, we're gonna start talking about nutrition. But before I get too far into it, I want to make sure you guys understand what your macros are and why they're important. Our macros are basically things that our bodies need in large quantities. You know, that's your fats, carbohydrates, and protein. In this video, we're going to be going over carbohydrates. You know, they get a pretty bad rep. You know, a lot of people blame them for weight gain and things like that. You know, but the truth is, our bodies need carbohydrates. They're very important. They're our body's main energy source. They help spare protein. They're got, you know, numerous other things that they're responsible for. Gastrointestinal functions. They help with fat oxidation. They add flavor to food. They spare protein. I mean, our bodies need carbohydrates. So a lot of these diets they're coming out with nowadays, you know, it's low carb, or sometimes they cut carbs out altogether. Guys, I don't recommend doing that at all, because like I said, our bodies need carbohydrates. Our brain, for example, can't use protein or fats as energy source, so it relies solely on carbohydrates. And you know, there's other parts of our body that's the same way. You know, they need carbohydrates in order to do their job. Now, there is good carbs and bad carbs. Our good carbs are what we call complex carbs, and those are things like whole grains, vegetables, things like that. Some examples would be like brown rice, or sweet potatoes, or whole wheat bread. You know, those things are high in other nutrients, and they're packed with fiber. So it's recommended that 45 to 65% of our daily caloric intake comes from carbohydrates, mainly complex carbohydrates. Now, the other type of carbs are simple carbs, and those are your sugars. You know, and simple carbs are found in things like sweets and candy, and also milk and vegetables, or not vegetables, but fruit, and lactose and fructose. So it's not completely terrible to have simple carbs, but just don't overdo it, you know. Which things like milk and fruits, you know, they have other vitamins and minerals that our body needs as well. But that brings me to another point. You know, too much of anything is going to lead to weight gain. I mean, that's just how it goes. If you have too much of any kind of macro, you're going to gain weight. That's just how it is. And there's no other way around that. So it's pretty unfair to blame carbs for that, especially when your body needs them, you know, so much of them in order to function properly. So, you know, just don't overdo it. If it also depends a lot on what your activity level is. So if you go to the gym that day, or you work a very hard job like construction or something like that, then it's okay to consume more carbs than it is on days, you know, that you're not doing anything, or you're having a rest day, or it's the weekend, or whatever. So with that being said, it's pretty much up to you guys. There's numerous calculators out there. Now, I got mine from bodybuilding.com that, you know, you can put in your weight and your activity level, and you know what you do for work, and how often you go to the gym, things like that, and it'll basically tell you how many carbs and all your other macros that you need for the day. Just go to like bodybuilding.com, or just Google macro calculator, and tons of things will pop up. I highly recommend to do that, because to have a balanced diet, you need all of your macros. You cannot cut one out. I mean, it just makes no sense to me, some of these diets that people come up with nowadays. But with that being said, you know, my next video is going to be on protein. Very important. Stay tuned, check it out. And until then, drive safe, hammer down.